Hello students, welcome to English Classroom. I'm Dr. Suchitra Singh, Assistant Professor of English, VGDC, Vidyanagar. Today we are going to learn about leadership skills prescribed for SEM 2 for BA, BCom, BSc and BBA by Osmania University. Now, we all know that leadership skill is one of the most important skills and sought after skills by the employee. So, keeping this in mind, the prescribers of this, the policymakers have made it mandatory to inculcate these skills among students. Now, you might be wondering that I cannot be a leader. Some people are gifted to be a leader, but that is not the case, right? So to make you understand that, uh, let me share a video to you, right? Uh, just watch this video and then we'll go ahead with our class. So that was a very beautiful video that we have seen. So what do you understand from this video? That you don't need to be intelligent, you don't need to be gifted to be a leader, but every one of us has that leadership skills within us. We have that lion within us. All we need to do is bring out the lion. So today we'll learn of what a leader is, what are the different types of leaders, and what are the qualities that we have to hone to be a good leader. So we have to choose that, do we really want to be a leader? Because nothing is impossible in our lives, right? So now let us look at what is a leader. Now, a leader is someone who leads others, and leadership is a process of directly inspiring others to perform a task. So, what is a leader? A leader is someone who leads others, and leadership is a process of directly inspiring others to perform a task. In fact, a leader is a person who has a vision, a drive, a commitment to achieve that vision, and the skills to make it happen. So, who is a leader? He is a person who has a vision, a drive, a commitment to achieve that vision, and the skill to make it happen. Generally, in the organizational culture, people get confused between leadership and management and supervision. Now, to make it very clear, what exactly is the definition of a leader according to the organizational culture? It is that leadership is a function of knowing yourself. What is it? It is a function of knowing yourself, having a vision that is well communicated, building trust among colleagues, and taking effective action to take your group, team, or organization forward. So, this is the quality that each one of you should hone, because an employer would want you to take all the employees along with you and to lead it for the betterment of the organization. So, a successful leader is one who shapes and shares a vision which gives a point to the work of others, right? So, who is a leader? A leader is one who has a vision that is well communicated, and one who builds trust among his colleagues and takes effective action to take the group or the organization forward. He shares a vision which gives a point to the work of others, right? Now, further, so thus, leadership is nothing but it is the ability to get extraordinary achievement from ordinary people. So, what is leadership? It is making ordinary people do something extraordinary, right? So, leadership is a process by which members of a group are empowered to work together synergetically and towards a common goal or vision that will create a change. So, what is leadership? It is a process by which members of a group are empowered to work together synergetically towards a common goal or vision that will create a change, right? Next, uh, the next question that will come to us is that, why is leadership important? Why is being a leader so very important? Do we really need to be a leader? Yes, we need to be leaders, because leadership is the ability to get other people do something significant that they might not otherwise do it. The best example is, we wanted a Gandhi, we wanted a Lokamanya Tilak, we wanted a Bhagat Singh, we wanted a Nehru, who could motivate the rest of the people to fight for their freedom. So it energizes people towards a goal. So leadership is the ability to get other people do something significant that they might not otherwise do it. It energizes people towards a goal. Effective leadership help nation through times of peril, and so does it for organizations and business. So it helps them in times of difficulties. The challenge of decision making and it being timely, complete, and correct depends on the leader. The challenge of decision making and it being timely, complete, and correct depends on the leader. So, leadership is crucial in part implementing decisions successfully. So, someone should be there to be dare enough to take their decisions. And remember, a good leader can make a success of weak business plan, but a bad leader can ruin even the best plan. So that is the reason we all need someone to push us. We all need someone to energize us. And so we need a leader, right? Then the next question is, what are the qualities of a good leader? What is it that makes a person leader? That is, a person is a leader, one who seeks to understand the needs of his followers, right? One who seeks to understand the needs of his followers. Second, a leader should have integrity and focus. Only then he can lead the team. And the third endowment is imagination. A leader should have imagination in him. He should be able to think out of the box, which gives one a chance to decide what is truly important and meaningful. And the fourth endowment is independence. A leader should be independent. He must have the choice to exercise his willpower, and this is very important for a leader, because in times of crisis, the leader should be able, when the followers give up, the leader should be able to take a decision independently. So these are the qualities that they should have. That is, he should understand the needs of his followers. He should have integrity and focus, and he should have imagination to think, right, what is important and what is meaningful, and then he must have the choice to exercise his willpower. Now, there are different types of leaders, right? There are a variety of leaders who have become successful due to their personal traits and styles, right? Hitler became a leader because of his commanding nature. Gandhi became a leader because of his non-violence nature. So every leader has different personal traits and styles. Some leaders may fit into multiple types because they adapt their styles for better functioning in different circumstances, right? Like, as I told you, ordering people to do what was to be done worked for Adolf Hitler, but maybe that could not have worked in India. So we had Gandhi, who who led the nation through a non-violence, right? And today, what we need is a good leadership skill, and effective leadership styles are based more on the principle of collaborating and serving leadership, right? So, this is very, very important, right? Now, we look at what are the different types of leaders. So, the first type of leader that we are going to look at is the visionary leader. A visionary leader have leaders have visions. They articulate the visions, right? They passionately own these visions and relentlessly drive them to completion. So who are visionary leaders? Who have visions and who articulate these visions and who passionately own these visions and relentlessly drive them to completion, right? All those who have accomplished great things have had great visions and have fixed their gaze on goals that were high, some that at times seemed impossible, but yet they were able to do it. So, when people are engaged, they share the dream and move to the goal with the leader and achieve great success. So, this is one type of leader who will have a vision and who will passionately make his followers achieve that vision. The next one is coaching leaders. Now, what leaders act as coach? Now, what makes a leadership is the ability to get people to do what they do not want to and still like it, right? We don't want to do this, but the leader, the coach will make us do that and finally make us like that, right? That is the greatness of a coaching leader, right? A coaching leader connects individual needs and wants with the organizational goals. Coaching explores the personal life and values beyond just work. So he connects with every individual and looks at the individual even beyond work. Even he touches the personal chords, right? Such leaders help employees forge long-term goals and develop plans to meet those goals, right? This type of leadership is said to be the second most effective best practice style in achieving results, right? So coaching leaders are one who try to get people to do what they do not want to do and make them like what they are doing, right? Then we have another type of leader called collaborating leaders. Now, collaborating leaders connect people to each other, thereby creating teamwork and harmony. This is very much sought after, right? Collaborating leaders, that is connecting people to each other and making everyone come on one platform to say yes, right? And thereby creating teamwork and harmony. This style promotes collaboration and relationship, which indirectly drive better performance, loyalty, and commitment. Right? Now, a collaborating leader should always know what people want and put together all those who can work together for a better outcome. So, the collaborating leader creates a teamwork and harmony among the team by connecting people, right? Now, next is the democratic leaders. Now, these type of leaders not only offer guidance to group members, but they also participate in the group. Now, this is the very first demanding type of leader, right? Where he is not just a boss, but he's one among the people who walks along with the followers. So they also participate in the group and allow input from other group members. So inclusion and participation show that each member is valued by this leader. This is particularly effective when the leader is genuinely looking for ideas or seeking to secure buy-in for a potential change, right? At some point, however, if consensus cannot be reached, then the leader must take the decision and move ahead. So, a democratic leader offers guidance to group, not only offers guidance to the group members, but they are a part of the group. They participate in the group and allow input from each group, right? He shows that every member is valued by this leader. This is the most in demand and the most sought after leaders that one wants. Then we have leaders like pace setting leaders. These pace setting type of leaders, they are very strong. They face fear and move forward, right? They set and achieve challenge goals, right? This style is often executed in a highly competitive way. Thus, it is less effective in most situations because it promotes the good of one person or the department with little regard for the good of entire organization. Now, if there is a competition within the organization, then that is not good. Competition should be with another organization, but this type of pace setting leaders, they think of their team, their group, their achievements. Their broad thinking of organization is secondary. So this is not advisable. It can be useful sometimes with a confident and highly motivated team, but this type should be used sparingly, right? So this is not much advisable, because here, the leader says, do as I do now, right? So this is not much advisable. Then we have commanding leaders. Now, who is a commanding leader? These leaders are also known as authoritarian leaders. They set clear expectations for what needs to be done and how it should be done. It is like, I'm the boss. What I say should be done, right? There is no say for the followers. There is a clear division between the leaders and the followers, right? Authoritarian leaders make decision independently with little or no input from the rest of the group. right? So it can be useful temporarily in a crisis to jumpstart a new initiative or with a problem employee. But routine use of this style should be limited in 21st century due to the minimal effectiveness, right? Now it is actually it does not work in 21st century. Only it can work temporarily in crisis to jumpstart a new initiative or with a problem employee. Otherwise, it is definitely not advisable in the 21st century, right? Next is delegating leaders. Now, in contrast to commanding leaders, delegating leaders give freedom to the group without any participation from themselves. They offer little or no guidance to the group members and leave decision making to the group members, right? Although this style can be effective in situations where group members are highly qualified in an area of expertise, it often leads to poorly defined roles and lack of motivation, right? So, what is delegating leaders? It is directly in contrast to commanding leaders. Here, delegating leaders give freedom to the group without any participation, right? So, what will happen when the leader is not participating? Then definitely it can lead to lack of motivation. So, this is also not very advisable. Next is so these are the different type of leaders, right? What are the different types of leaders? Let us just brush up the different types of leaders. That they are uh, uh, visionary leaders. We have visionary leaders. Then we have coaching leaders, right? We have coaching leaders, collaborating leaders, and democratic leaders, right? We have commanding leaders, and we have delegating leaders, and pace setting leaders. But sometimes one leader can have all these qualities, and he tries to exercise these qualities depending on the situation. Now, next is that remember that every leader need to hone a few leadership skills. Everyone, as I said, there is a lion within you. All you have to do is that remove that lion out. We can all become leaders. That is by honing certain qualities. So let us see what are the qualities that a leader should have. The first and the foremost quality that a leader should have is communication, because only through communication can a leader coordinate with his or her co-workers and delegate tasks, monitor progress, address issues, help, inspire, and ensure that the ensure deadlines are met. So what is the first quality? That they should have communication, because it is only through a communication that a leader can coordinate with his or her co-workers and delegate tasks, monitor progress, address issues, help inspire, and ensure that the deadlines are met. Leaders thus need to lean to be proficient in both communication that informs and seeks out information, and communication that connects interpersonally with others. Moreover, good leaders listen to the people in their organization. It is not just that they communicate, but a good leader will listen to their followers. It is not enough for leaders to talk to the people about their passion, but they must allow the ideas and thoughts of the employees also to permeate and help to form goals and actions, right? So what it is that the first and foremost, if the leader cannot communicate well, then the whole concept will fail. So a leader should have that power to communicate. It need not be that you should have a very loud voice or a very commanding voice. Why? Gandhiji also could, with his very feeble voice, he could attract, but it is how you communicate, how you reach out to people. So you should have good communication skills. So this is one of the most important skill that a leader should have. Second quality that a leadership is that the leader of the leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. The leader should have a vision. A leader has a vision. A good leader has clear vision, and a great leader has vision entwined with action plan. Every leader must have a vision, but a good leader will have a clear vision, and a great leader will have vision entwined with action plan. Leaders establish a vision for the future and set the strategy for getting there. They bring the change, right? Only when there is a vision, you can bring a change, right? And moreover, leaders can see a problem that need to be fixed or a goal that needs to be achieved. It may be something that no one else sees, or simply something that no one else wants to tackle. So, the quality of a leader is he will have a clear vision. He will try to think what common man does not think. He will have a vision how to fix problems or how to make a goal and uh, achieve that particular goal. It may be, which no one else would see or no one else can tackle. That quality a leader has. A beautiful example that I would like to share about this vision is that Thomas Alva Edison did not set out to build a better candle. In those days, there was no light. So he did not set out to build a better candle. He wanted to find a whole new way to illuminate the darkness. That is the kind of vision a leader should have, right? Not remodifying what is there, but thinking out of the box to give something better. The vision, that vision a leader should have, right? Next is that a leader, great leader are, great leaders are driven by passion, right? Passion is passion is what one a great leader should have. Good leaders are focused and they just drive. Good leaders are focused and just drive through their vision. They know that it is not enough only to have vision, but vision should be accompanied with passion for the idea. That is, an inner sense of drive and some sense of commitment is essential, right? Just not having the vision that, okay, I want to become an IAS officer is not just the vision, but you should have the passion to make that idea into a reality. So, unless having a vision is not enough for a leader should have the great passion to make, to change this idea into a reality, right? If followers feel that the leader is not fully committed or that the leader lacks passion, then it would be an uphill task for the leaders to motivate the followers to achieve the goal. Thus, good leaders are always enthusiastic about their work or they cause and also about their role as leaders, right? As a leader, right? Uh, that is because as people respond more openly to a person of passion and dedication. So what we know is that not only that a leader should have a vision, but a leader should have passion to drive and achieve that vision, right? So good leader focuses and just drive through this vision, right? And mm, a good leader is always enthusiastic about his work or cause and also about his role as leaders, right? Now, next quality that a leader should have is persuasion and influence. Now, this is very, very important. Now, the leader having a vision, the leader having a passion, does not make complete picture, because having that vision, having that passion, he cannot do it alone. He needs his team also to do it. So he must have the quality to persuade and influence his dreams, his visions in his followers, and make them agree to achieve that dream. So the ability to influence others and cause them to move in a particular direction is a highly important skill in leadership. In fact, leadership is often defined as the ability to persuade or to influence others to do something that they may not have done without a leader's persuasion, right? Thus, a good leader is clear, confident, and persuasive, right? So, the leader should have the skill of influencing his followers, ability to influence others and cause them to move in particular direction, right? So that is the quality that a leader should have. The next quality is the self-confidence. Once you believe in yourself, then others will follow. So first thing, the best quality that a leader should have is that he should have confidence within himself. So leaders are often expected to make difficult decisions. In order to do so, they must have faith in their choices and must be confident in their own skills to such an extent that they can motivate those they supervise. So, whatever vision the leader has, whatever passion he has, whatever persuasive skills he has, is not enough unless the leader has confidence in his dream. So, only if he has confidence, he can persuade his followers to follow his dreams. In other words, to be an effective leader, one should be confident enough to ensure that others follow your, excuse me, command, right? As a leader, one has to be oozing with confidence, right? He should show some swagger and assertiveness to gain respect of their subordinates. This does not mean that one should be overconfident, right? But one should at least reflect the degree of confidence required to ensure that their followers trust them as leaders. So this is one of the most essential quality that a leader should have, that is self-confidence within himself. It should be, he should be confident enough to ensure others to follow his command, right? And but one should not remember that they should not be overconfident, but should at least reflect the degree of confidence required to ensure that their followers trust the leader, right? Next is the next quality that which is a very this which a supreme quality for leadership is integrity. Integrity, right? Leadership is doing what is right when no one is watching. Your inner conscious should make you always do the right thing. A leader should not get carried away to temptations and get himself stoop down to the level of being sold uh, uh, for corruption or any such thing. So leadership is doing what is right even when no one is watching. Now, integrity means honesty and more. So it refers to having strong internal guiding principles that one does not compromise in any situation. So, integrity is based on one's guiding beliefs and values and is an important example of an essential leadership quality, right? Uh, so it is important to know that integrity is reflected in thinking attitudes and action, right? So integrity is thus judge on a gut level based on the leader's actions and words. So, what we learn from this, that this is the supreme quality for leadership, and that integrity refers to having strong internal guiding principles that one does not compromise, and that person is doing what is right even when no one is watching. So this quality is a very essential quality and supreme quality that a leader should possess or own, right? Now, direction. A good leader empowers followers, right? Leadership is nothing but setting direction and equipping, empowering, and influencing others to accomplish the goal. So, a good leader empowers followers. If progress towards accomplishing goals ceases, the leader takes responsibility to analyze the problem. He does not search for people to blame, right? Leaders should be able to show the followers what they will get in the journey together, right? So they must be able to give that direction to their followers and tell them what is it that they are going to achieve in their journey together, right? They communicate not just the overall direction, but any information that the follower may need to successfully and skillfully carry out their responsibilities, right? So a leader is one who makes each and every member of his team know the value of what leadership, what is their goal, what is their vision, how they are going to achieve their vision, and then what are the benefits that they get out of achieving this particular vision, right? Then, not only that, that is while showing the direction, a good leader walks the talk, right? And in doing so, earns the right to be responsible for others. So, while showing the direction, a good leader walks the talk, and in doing so, earns the right to be responsible for others. He not only directs the team and team members to do things, but he also listens and takes directions about where the team wants to go. So, great leader is one who not only gives directions but also takes directions about where the team wants to go. A good leader thus knows how to build and nurture such a good team. The best leaders are good followers when needed, right? They will become followers when needed, right? Now, the next one is fairness. A leader cannot command the respect of his or her team member if there is no fairness or justice, right? A leader will have to assign, he should be very fair when he is assigning projects to his co-workers. This means that she or he must understand the strength and weakness of his co-workers and then delegate tasks fairly in a diplomatic and objective manner. He should assign works what they can do best and not do favors for their friends, right? So doing so will help resolve any potential work issues. So a leader should be very, very fair, right? Then leadership is about empathy. It is about having the ability to relate and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives. So in such cases, a leader should have empathy with them. Leaders should develop empathy with their followers. They should understand the problem of followers, and feeling their pain is the first step to become an effective leader. Only that leader is effective who can empathize with his fellow beings, right? A good leader should listen to his team members by giving full attention to the person seeking his attention. And a leader should thus engage and appreciate the team members and their lives. So this is another important skill that a leader should have. And the next important skill is resilience in leadership. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. You might have heard about this this saying many times, but did you know that great leaders also follow this rule? Yes, great leaders are resilient and have a positive attitude. They are, in fact, good role models. Irrespective of how difficult the circumstance might be, you will find them rallying their followers. So great leaders always focus on solution and not on problems. So what is it that? That great leaders are resilient and they have a positive attitude and they are in fact good role models, right? And the last but not the least is decision making. Decision making is the crux quality and it is at the bottom of the triangle in the leadership model because it finally germinates the action. Apart from having a very a futuristic vision, a leader should have the ability to take the right decision at the right time. Decisions taken by the leader have a profound impact on the masses. A leader should think long and hard before taking a decision, but once the decision is taken, he should stand by it. So, decision making is one of the most essential skills of a good leader, and the leader should have a profound impact on his decisions taken by his on the mass, right? He should think long and hard before taking a decision. So these are the qualities that a leader should have. So let us just see what are the now the first quality that a leader should have is communication, and the second quality is vision. Not only vision is not just important, but vision should be accompanied with passion, right? And having vision and passion for himself does not end the role, but he should have the ability to persuade and influence his vision and passion among his followers, right? And to do all this, a leader should have self-confidence, because once a leader believes in himself, others will follow, right? And then the supreme quality that a leader should have is integrity, that no matter what the circumstances are, he should follow his principles. Then a leader should have the capacity to direct his team, and a good leader walks the talk and takes his team along with him. And then a good leader cannot command unless he has the quality of fairness. And not only fairness, he should also empathize with his fellow being. And a leader should be there should be resilience in leadership. That is, positive attitude is very, very important. And last but not the least is decision making. Now, I want to share a video which will sum up this. So let us watch this video and then we can sum up our class. Look at this small play that is there. There is a problem that has come. And see how they are solving it.
Skipper, look. Analysis.
Just watch this.
We're good. Pineapple, my little bubbly headed boo. Skipper, look. Analysis. It looks like a small incandescent bulb, designed to indicate something out of the ordinary, like a malfunction.
I find it pretty and somewhat hypnotic.
That too, sir. Right.
Rico, manual. Problemo solved.
Sir, we may be out of fuel.
What makes you think that?
We've lost engine 1. Engine 2 is no longer on fire.
Buckle up, boys. Don't look dull. This might get hairy. Attention! This is your captain speaking. I've got good news and bad news. The good news is we'll be landing immediately. Bad news is we're crash landing. When it comes to air travel, we know you have no choice whatsoever. But thanks again for choosing Air Penguin.
I know you won't mind when I tell you. Come on, tell me anything. Tell me what?
I broke your iPod!
What? The buttons are so small.
It made me mad!
The horror!
I'm sorry!
I'm gonna kill you, Santa!
Rico, you've had your fun. Pull up. You down. Gently now, you just want to kiss the ground. Just a little peck. A smooch like you're kissing your sister. I said kiss it. Now just a little break. Just a touch. A little whisper. I believe that's checkmate. Commence emergency landing procedure. Flaps up. Deploy.
Only 2 passengers unaccounted for, Skipper.
That's a number I can live with. Good landing, boys. Who says a penguin can't fly?
Okay, that was a very nice video that shared. See how they have the leader could handle the consequences, right? When the problem was in the very initial stages, the leader has taken step and finally he could execute his leadership qualities. So now we'll just sum up with another video that says what are the qualities that we need to have for a leadership. So just we'll finish this with the small
Hey guys, Practical Psychology here, and today I'm going to be teaching you some tips on how to be a great leader. So one of the biggest misconceptions about leadership is that it is something that is innate. Many people think that leaders are born this way and that they don't have to spend time and effort to develop their leadership capabilities. This cannot be any further from the truth. By implementing the 9 secrets of leadership into your life, you'll be able to develop your potential as a leader, earn more money in your career, and earn even more respect from your peers and be more fulfilled in your personal life. So here are 9 tips on how to be a better leader. Tip number 1, integrity. Integrity is the foundation of all leadership. People are not willing to follow someone whose actions are unethical or unjust. Imagine you are working for a boss who, despite your great efforts and sacrifices for the company, gives the job promotion to an employee that has been slacking off. Why would you follow such a leader? On the other hand, when we operate from integrity, we gain the trust of the people we work closely with. Trust amongst team members is one of the most accurate predictors of success, and it all starts with a leader's integrity. Then, the team members can reciprocate the behavior of the leader and create a favorable atmosphere so that everyone can benefit. Tip number 2 is that actions speak louder than words. A great leader should lead by example and not delegate something to his followers, not willing to do himself. During World War I, General George S. Patton led his troops by walking in front of the tanks, despite the risk of being easily shot by the enemies. Martin Luther King Jr., Mahatma Gandhi were all great leaders who stood up and led by example. You are not a true leader if you are not brave enough to take the first leap. Practice doing 3 small things you are afraid of every day to get familiar with being uncomfortable. So when the time comes to take charge, you will have built the resilience and confidence abilities. Your friends or classmates will then see you as a powerful, gifted leader while you are enjoying the fruits of your labor. Tip number 3, be persuasive. The 3rd secret to making people follow you as a leader is to become more persuasive. Persuasion is too broad of a topic to cover in a single point, so you should definitely spend a lot of time studying it because it will skyrocket your success. One powerful thing you can do to 10 times your persuasion when you ask someone to do something for you is to frame it so that they see the benefit they get from doing a particular thing. If you want to persuade your buddy to come work out with you, it will be wiser to show him what he will get. Increased confidence, longer life, and girls looking at him, rather than saying that you feel bored or unmotivated to go to the gym alone and you need a partner. Tip number 4 is to make people feel important. The billionaire Mary Kay Ash's secret to building her empire was to imagine that every person she met had a sign on their forehead that said, "Make me feel important." Leadership is not about the leader, it's about the followers. According to her, this is the secret to succeed in life. But how do I make people feel important? Genuinely ask them questions about their interests, passions, concerns, and other things. Don't forget to praise and thank them on the smallest achievements. Never condemn. Offer constructive feedback, and that will help them improve. Tip number 5 is to praise in public and correct in private. One of the worst things a leader can do is to condemn someone for a mistake in front of his or her colleagues. Now, if you've ever had friends over and your parents got mad at you for something, you've probably felt like this. Not only will it violate the make people feel important rule, but you will lose your respect and credibility as a leader. Of course, we can all agree that mistakes should be paid attention to and corrected in order to not be repeated, but here's a framework on how to give proper criticism. Tell the person that you are criticizing 2 things that they do well before criticizing them, and then 1 after the criticism. This is called sandwich approach. Let's say that your colleague or business partner is 20 minutes late every morning. First, you talk to him in private and start with the praise. Then you include the criticism, and again finish with the praise. "James, the customer service you provide for our client is really outstanding. The fact that you are late for work every morning is a problem for us because our team and clients need your exceptional skills and knowledge at that time of day." Just like that. Tip number 6 is to take responsibility for your mistakes. A leader is not supposed to be perfect or not make any mistakes. Making mistakes is completely normal unless you try to cover them up, deny them, or make somebody else responsible for them. A great leader earns respect by admitting his or her mistakes and learning the lessons. Vulnerability is a sign of leadership strength, yet it is mistakenly viewed as a weakness. Tip number 7 is to have a clear goal, or a vision. Successful companies reach consensus on all of their common goals, from top to the bottom of the hierarchy. Even the most brilliant strategy will fail if such consensus is not received. After you have set a clear, achievable, and yet at the same time challenging goal as a leader, and communicated them accordingly to all of your followers, you are bound to achieve them despite the adversity. Another tip to achieve goals, be it for yourself or the organization you are in, is to write them on paper. People with written goals are 51% more likely to achieve the goals than without. Yet, only 3 out of 100 adults actually write their goals down, according to a study in the UK. Tip number 8 is to be knowledgeable. Now, this was the first tip in how to think like Dr. House. Being knowledgeable as a leader is crucial in order to feel confident and to gain the respect of your followers. Saying that you don't know how to do something and asking for advice is fine, but when this happens regularly, you start to lose your leadership credibility. You still have to have that technical information. Always seek out new information and try to better yourself as a person. This will inevitably make you a better leader and more valuable as a person. Tip number 9 is to surround yourself with great people. There's a saying that you are the sum average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. No matter how great the leader is, he or she will always be limited by the potential of his employees. Let go of the old friends or relatives that are holding you back or have a whole bunch of negativity in their life. It's okay to help them, but if they keep dragging you down, you should probably let them go. Surround yourself with epic people that will challenge you to make a stronger version of yourself. Andrew Carnegie attributed his success to being surrounded with people way smarter than he was and putting the brain power to use to become one of the wealthiest men in the world. How was Thomas Edison able to invent the light bulb without formal education? He simply used the brains of highly educated physicists and people that excelled academically. In combination with his perseverance, he was able to add more than 1,000 patents to his name. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something. And if there was just one gold nugget.
So that was, so that was a very nice share of 9 tips of how you can be a great leader. So with this, I think I would like to end my class. I hope you all enjoyed it, and remember that you too can become a leader provided you own all these skills with you. So thank you very much for listening to the class. Stay home, stay safe, and if at all you have to go out, wear your mask and maintain your distance. Have a good day. Thank you.